Previously on the Vampire Diaries.
Slow it down. Sipping on propane. Sipping on propane. Sipping on.
Have you had any blackouts? Instances of lost time?
Listening to scissor, yeah, sipping on some scissor, riding with Rodrigo while she's driving through the suburbs. Jeremy's ghost exes, right? Sending him ghost Texas. I bet before they left he got to get him some ghost beat. Okay, let's go. Pour out the brothers bond. Season 4's coming on. Ashley P chop it up about what's going on. Devin is 8 for B, trying to kill OGs. Tyler hybrid side. Caroline turns 18. Here comes season 4. Someone bolt the door. Get the diary out. It's time for fan meeting now. Woo!
All it's best you had to drop a human blood. Since a knife running drive a lane off of a great bridge.
Hello. Welcome to the Vampire Diaries, the Vampire Diaries podcast, where a guy is watching the series for the first time with a super fan who has seen every episode. I'm the titular PD. Let's just say I put the PD in Vam PD, but please call me Pete, and I'm here with my co-host and co-parent, Ash. Hello, Ash.
Hello, Pete.
Ash, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Great.
Excited to do this podcast.
Yep, this is the season finale.
It is, yeah. We have made it to the end of the season.
And just a quick reminder that we're going to be down for like a month maybe before we come back triumphant with season 5. The season 5 theme song is already done.
Mm-hmm. It's been done.
It's a banger, and it's exciting.
Yeah, something for y'all to look forward to.
Ash, I received an electronic mail today.
Oh.
Well, first of all, on Spotify, there's some Spotify thing where the listeners can answer a question, and I never changed the question. It's just the auto-generated ones, like, did you enjoy this podcast or whatever?
Oh.
And shout out to AK, who has answered a couple of them, like, this is a great podcast. I love listening to it, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, cool.
They've answered the question a couple of times in different ways, so shout out to, I think it's AK.
Thank you.
All right,
That's so
Ash.
fun.
Super fun. We love hearing from all these people, all these
know.
listeners.
I love hearing from, when we record this, I just feel like we're hanging out. And then when people respond, I'm like, oh, yeah, we have listeners. They're like actually looking forward to hearing our podcast. It's so fun.
Yeah, totally. Also, okay, so this electronic mail came straight from the founder of FeedSpot.
Oh, okay.
Which we've all definitely heard of that. No, but this founder of FeedSpot said they would like to personally congratulate us. Our podcast, the Vampire Diaries, has been selected by our panelist, possibly panelists, not sure, as one of the top 10 The Vampire Diary podcasts.
Whoa.
On the web.
That's so cool.
Thank you for your contribution to this world. And I like to think, like, they might mean the Vampire Diaries podcast world, but I like to think
the
of
global world.
the Earth.
Yeah, the whole Earth.
This is the most comprehensive list of top 10 The Vampire Diaries podcasts on the internet. And I'm honored, they said, to have you as a part of this.
Ooh.
So, hey.
That's amazing. I did not know that's what you were going to say. I had no clue.
We are in the top 10, and you know
According
what?
to who again?
FeedSpot.
FeedSpot.
FeedSpot. And you know what? We're in the top 5, baby.
Ooh, really?
Mm-hmm. Let's just say we're right there in the top 5.
Okay.
5 is still part of the top 5. So is number 1. You know.
So it's 5.
So is 5.
I like that. Give us some room to grow.
Mm-hmm. But I received that email today, and I was like, you know, as a podcaster, you get emails that's like, just sign up and claim your URL to be on our list or whatever. This wasn't that. This was a list that was put together by a panelist or multiple panelists. And I looked at the list. I'm glad there are some other peeps out there. There was like the Rippa podcast, and there's like the Mystic Pod, and like, you know, there was some good stuff out there.
That's fun. Yay, go us.
Yep. So with that attitude, let us discuss Season 4, Episode 23. titled, usually they're 22 episodes. That's why I did that.
Yes.
Titled Graduation. Mm-hmm. And for the rest of the episode, you can just say what happens, and I'll be humming in the background.
The
so go
vitamin
ahead.
C. Oh, so that scene opens with Bonnie and the blah, blah, blah.
Orange haircut. That's still a song, right? People still probably play that at their graduation.
I mean, I want to play it again. I've already graduated from high school and college, but I will eventually graduate from grad school, and we can rock it a third time.
Oh, yeah. Well, I graduated from some of those things, and I also graduated from the School of Hard Knocks. And the graduation song from that was 99 Problems.
There you go.
Ash, we open, the cold open, Mystic Falls. Graduation is set up. Mm-hmm. It's ready to go, but it's empty.
Yeah.
Because it'll be happening later.
It's outdoors. It's ready to rock.
Football field.
Mm-hmm.
But then Cole, who's back, by the way.
Who's not supposed to be at graduation.
He's talking to the 12 hybrids, the 12 witches, who were killed in order to resurrect the immortal Silas. Cole is giving like his own graduation speech.
Do you think the 12 mortals who were sacrificed are like so bummed that they're just like, oh, everyone else got to go back and come back to life and we didn't?
Yeah, they're in hell like so mad.
Like, oh, this stinks.
Cole is talking about the hero protectors, who are, our main characters.
Right.
Risked hell on earth in order for their foolish troubles or whatever he says.
By dropping the veil.
And today, that's what they're going to get.
Yeah, we're going to give them what they wanted.
That's a lofty thing to say. But I guess that's the right venue for it.
Are you excited to see Cole again? Like, does he annoy you? Are you like, this is fun?
Cole, I didn't care too much about Cole throughout the show. I thought it was funny that he tricked Jeremy into being his friend. That was kind of the funniest part. He looks a little different now, I feel like. Mm-hmm. Also, he kind of looks like Yorm from The Lonely Island.
I can see that. I like Cole in small spurts, so I like him in this episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, he's scary in some ways. Mm-hmm. All right. Then we go to the logo, and we get a real Bon Jovi, "You Gave Love a Bad Name," which we know that Lexi
And Stefan.
Yeah, they love Bon Jovi, and Lexi's there dancing at the Bros Mansion. Mm-hmm. Stefan is drinking Brothers Bond, of course.
Yeah, they're partying it up. BFFs.
Stefan says that he is celebrating his 17th high school graduation because he keeps going to school for some reason. Well, we know why, to hit on the 17-year-olds. All right, Lexi.
Well, that's his age forever.
Yeah. Lexi presses up Damon. He killed her. She's mad but not going to waste time on him. Like she's only the veil's only dropped for until probably midnight is what they're hoping.
Right, and she's like, I don't have time for that. But also, we don't have time for that in this script.
No.
We need them to be able to just
acknowledge
each other, but like, please just move on because there's a lot.
Yeah, they couldn't just ignore it.
They couldn't ignore, but they could not be like Lexi trying to kill Damon the whole time on top of everything.
No, there's too much going on in this episode. They could have had a 24th episode.
Yeah.
TBH. They do exposition about the people there that are there now because the veil is down. Wondering what happened to Bonnie, which we know she has passed away.
Yes, I know.
She died.
Weird. She died.
She died. Stefan is drunk and talks about his hero hair, which, hey, hero hair might come into the conversation next season.
Oh.
Will his hair be different?
You're wondering about his hair?
Supernatural apocalypse, but they're getting drunk. Which...
Yeah.
whenever I hear that when there was about to be this hurricane in LA.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, like whenever there's supposed to be a big storm, or like whether it's a ice storm here or a hurricane in LA, people will just partying it up. Like I know people that went like to the beach and were like having bonfires and drinking and stuff
For Hurricane
for
Hillary.
Hurricane Hillary.
That's kind of the vibe these days. It's like everything is weird anyway, so why not?
Why not just enjoy it in your own way?
Yeah, I remember when we knew it was going to snow the night before, back in school, we would get all excited.
Well, definitely.
So, similar vibe.
Yeah.
Bonnie is talking on the phone to Caroline, and I was like, she can talk on the phone? All these ghosts can just pick up a phone?
I know, but they're not like ghosts because everyone can see everyone and everyone can touch everyone, and they're not zombies. They're just like back.
They're back
to their supernatural state for a short amount of time.
Could they use the magic eye thing where
the Sauron? Is that the thing?
No, the water in the bathroom, the sink. Could they Sauron?
Isn't that the magic eye?
I mean, he's the all-seeing eye in Mordor.
The sink is called a magic eye?
Yeah, what do you call it?
A sink?
No, what do you call it when it's motion detected?
A motion detected sink?
What if I hadn't have said those words? What would you have called it?
An automatic sink?
Okay, and how does it see you?
With a sensor?
Okay, sensor would be great, but it's called like magic eye.
I never knew that.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, there's also the magic eye puzzles.
Yeah, but like you have to cross your eyes and then it gets 3D.
Which I can't do those. Look it up. See what a sink. I mean,
This is going to be a bad search. What do I even say? What's an automatic sink called?
just search magic eye sink.
Okay.
My whole point was my joke was going to be, can they even do these automatic sinks? All right, let's see. Anything magic eye sink?
It's just all the pictures of the magic eye pictures.
Okay. Well, I'm a big enough man to admit that I'm not wrong at all.
Yeah, these are just all, like those books with all the colors that are a little zigzaggy.
Okay, well...
And which I did forget about, actually, and I wonder if they even make them anymore. Maybe not, because they're, like, bad for our vision.
I could never do them at all.
Really?
Magic eyes, no.
Oh,
I don't really know what it's supposed to look like.
So it looks like if there's, like, a hidden picture in the... Like, right here, it looks like it's all colorful. Mm-hmm. There's a hidden picture that pops out like 3D, and it looks like kind of a blurry of this color.
Okay, I have sort of seen...
You have to get really close.
I've sort of seen those, and I've been like, oh, this is it? It never really...
So, yeah, like, here's an example. Like, it could look just like a little fish, but it's just like a lighter version of this pattern popped out.
Well, I'll have to re-look at that.
I wonder, can it even work on a phone, or I've only ever done it on paper?
Because to me, I would start to see a little outline, and I'd be like, that must not be what I'm looking for.
You probably did see it, but you were like, this is lame.
Do you think that these Beyond the Veil people could do magic eye books?
No.
Me neither.
Not many people can.
All right, they need to wait until the full moon to put the veil back up. But then Bonnie, that's sort of a smoke screen, right? She doesn't actually have to do that.
Well, she said that she could get the power of Ketsia and all this stuff with the headstone and blah, blah, blah. But they think that they need... Some people don't know that she can do that, and they think that she just needs the full moon initially to put it down.
All right, hold up. You just said headstone. Was I hearing headstone the whole time and conflating it with tombstone, but then it literally was a head? Because headstone and tombstone mean the same thing?
It was never a head. You only wanted it to be a head. It was just a stone.
Oh,
It was a tombstone, aka headstone, just a big rock.
Did they say headstone and I wanted it to be a head?
Correct.
Okay. Oh, man. Okay. All right. Caroline is passing out caps and gowns She doesn't want to cancel graduation, of course. Mm-hmm. She wants Bonnie to be there even though she's dead, which she doesn't know. Grams tells Bonnie, go to your graduation. I'll make sure no one finds your body.
Thanks, Grams.
Say your goodbyes. You're dead.
Which Bonnie doesn't do.
No. She just says, well, we'll get there. Mm-hmm. But all right, Alaric and Jeremy are grubbing with Elena and drinking at the cemetery. Mm-hmm. Elena has her humanity back. She's on like an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
She's like,
well, her humanity came back, and then her dead brother and her dead like surrogate father figure / teacher came back to life like within 5 hours or whatever. Like it happened just right in a row.
Yeah.
Like that is a lot for anybody.
Yep. They're hoping Bonnie will wrap it up that night at the full moon. All right. The grill calls. They said must be Matt, which I thought was very funny. But it's not Matt, it's Connor Jordan.
I know, that's a surprise because everyone would think it would be Matt.
Yeah, we did see Connor Jordan last episode, right? And we were very excited.
With all the vampire hunters.
Mm-hmm. I like all those hunters. Mm-hmm. I like the guy from Nova Scotia. I like the weird Alexander out of time guy who's like, what is this?
Who was Rebecca's boyfriend, that guy. Yeah, the hunters, I definitely give another layer to it, but I didn't like how long Connor Jordan was around.
In season?
In his season. Yeah, in the real season. I like them in this moment because it just makes it interesting.
I think he's cool. All right. Alexander the hunter has Matt and Rebecca. Okay, speaking of not having enough time to do anything, all of a sudden Matt is just standing on a bomb. Like, did they set that up last episode?
No, it is all of a sudden.
We cut to Matt. He's standing on a bomb. What?
In a parking lot. Or
I guess we knew that Connor Jordan was a bombsmith because he had bombs in his RV.
And he has one on himself.
Later,
yeah.
Yeah. And then Alexander is proud of Connor Jordan for having werewolf venom and all these weapons.
Yeah, I do wonder if there were some scenes that got cut.
Oh yeah.
Around them capturing Matt and setting him up and stuff. Because it is just like, well, this is happening.
They probably were going to do more of this storyline, and then they were like, oh, the CW wants this original show, so we got to put that whole episode in there where they're in New Orleans doing nothing, and then these other 2 episodes, we have to have 4 episodes in these 2 episodes. Basically.
It could be. Before they got a time slot for the originals and stuff.
I don't know.
Maybe.
All right, Vaughn.
That I do not know.
Vaughn, who's the Nova Scotia hunter, is at the Bros Mansion and immediately shoots Damon. See, these hunters,
they don't hesitate.
They're not like, let me tell you all about my plan.
Like Klaus.
Yeah.
Klaus just likes hearing himself talk.
He does. And he doesn't even actually want to do anything. These hunters are like, literally, let me kill these vampires because my brain is going crazy.
Yes.
Message from Ketsia, he says. Right, intercut with, we want Silas and the Cure. Connor is talking to Elena on the phone. Okay, he's going to kill all the family members in town. Okay, so all these extended family members are in town for the high school graduation, which, all right, and they're all eating at the grill.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to kill Uncle so-and-so, Grandma, blah, blah, blah. But of course they're all eating at the grill. There is no other restaurant.
That's the only restaurant. It's like the restaurant from Pretty Little Liars.
With the painting.
With the painting of the burned up old man. I've seen one episode. All right, Damon, these were wooden bullets that he was shot with.
Yeah, that were coated in
werewolf
venom.
Vaughn, over on Nova Scotia, starved to death.
That's how he died. That's sad.
And then he wants to cure Silas then kill Silas. That's been
That's what-
a plan that's been bandied about.
Yeah, for sure. We have pug snores going on also.
Yeah, that'll happen. Stefan comes and rips out his heart, and then later we find out that he'll just kind of like wake up later because there's no veil.
Right. He can just be on the other side, but not really. He'll just come back.
Alaric faces Connor Jordan. He's packed with C4 to explode the grill. But then Alaric can whoosh.
Yeah.
He whooshes him away, and the bomb explodes, and Alaric's all right.
Honestly, I don't remember this about Alaric being able to whoosh. I was quite surprised. That was something I missed.
I don't think he can, because what...
Did he actually whoosh, or did they just film it that way? That was confusing to me.
When he was even Dark Alaric, he didn't have that many special powers.
No,
did
it
he?
was like his ring made him go crazy, and then he wanted to kill all the vampires. Mm-hmm. But he wasn't acting like a vampire.
Maybe they all get extra ghost powers.
Yeah, the veil is down and they can just whoosh.
Yeah.
Or maybe he just is really fast now.
Maybe he's been working out. Matt is standing on the contraption with a level on it and some bombs.
This contraption looks terrible.
It's rigged to 6 cars to explode. They're just only telling us what's happening without showing or having any sort of backstory on
It
it.
reminds me of like that exercise equipment that is like half of a yoga ball with a flat piece on top.
Yeah.
It's like he's standing on that thing.
It's like a Wii Fit
Yeah, yeah, that's even better.
of death. And Matt tries to make small talk to Rebecca about graduation and traveling. They want to travel together. Mm-hmm. It's a date, Matt says, which I think Rebecca's been fishing for that date.
Rebecca has been crushing on
episodes.
Matt for a long time. But Matt always tells her that she's such a bad person and stuff.
He does,
But she still likes.
She probably likes that.
Yeah.
He negs her. He gives her negative attention. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like he's like a player in that way.
I think he's just honest, but she still likes it.
Alexander is jealous, throws a knife at them. Rebecca catches it. Mm-hmm. Bonnie and Catherine are at the high school. Catherine still wants to be immortal because remember...
Bonnie promised her that Ketsia would make her immortal.
Yes, the whole Ketsia is going to do 2 things for us.
We saw nothing about Ketsia.
Oh yeah, Ketsia didn't show up in this, did she?
No, that's Bonnie does say it. She's like, well, Ketsia didn't show up, and so
Oh
you don't get to have your thing.
Well, since jumping ahead, Silas will obviously be a factor in the next season. Mm-hmm. That might be Pete-diction. That might be what finally reins him in, is some kind of Ketsia something.
In the next season.
Or maybe she comes up and is like, finally, it's time for Silas and Ketsia to rule this small town of 1 restaurant and go nowhere else except for maybe this island off the coast of wherever.
All right, that was a strong Pete-diction right there.
And New Orleans, the 3 places we will reign. But not New Orleans because the originals are there now. And we're not doing another crossover episode. Okay, what if she said all that? That's a Pete-diction that she'll say all that.
I like that. That's funny.
And she also talks like this. All right, if she doesn't become immortal, she'll kill Elena.
Catherine says.
Yes.
Yeah. Not Ketsia.
Not Ketsia. Elena and Damon need to talk. He got her a graduation present. Mm-hmm. It's the cure.
The bloody tampon. It looks like a bloody tampon every time.
It does.
It's so gross.
From what I understand those to look like. Right. She doesn't want to take it. She wants it, but it's the only cure. The hunters will kill everyone in Mystic Falls till they get the cure. Mm-hmm. Damon gives it to her anyway.
He's trying to get the girl. Remember, Alaric was like, Alaric gave Damon the cure at the end of the previous episode. Mm-hmm. And he was like, what am I supposed to do this? And Alaric was like, get the girl.
Get the girl.
So Damon is trying to get the girl.
Damon, but okay, so that answers the sire bond question, he says, because he couldn't sire her into taking it.
Right. So now we know she's back all the way.
And then Jeremy rolls in.
I love Jeremy. I think he might be my favorite character on a rewatch. Not when I first watched it, honestly, he bothered me so much because he was too like, Malena, like soft and like, I don't know. I still think it's weird how much they like hug and kiss each other.
Yeah.
But I think I really like him now. He might be my favorite.
He's cool. Alaric's cool. Connor Jordan's cool. Vaughn is cool.
You just don't like the bros anymore, or what?
These bros, the bros suffer because they're in so much that they have to have all these arcs. But then when, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah, that's for true.
Connor Jordan busts in, shoots people like 10 times in a row.
You're like, whoa.
And then you don't see him for like 10 episodes, and then he comes back and he has C4 strapped to him. He's a nut. Mm-hmm. Lexi and Stefan talking logistics of Vaughn. Ripped his heart out. Will he be back? Stefan is wondering how Elena feels. She's the love of his life, Ash.
I know. And she really is. Like, he really, really loves her.
If she's not into him, he'll move to Australia, which, give me that spinoff.
So does Alexander in the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day.
That might be what Stefan was referencing. I was hanging out with this children's book writer, 30 years ago, and we both had...
Judith Voiced.
And there you go. She was having a bad day, and I was like, I got an idea for Alexander.
Yeah. If I'm having a bad day, I'm moving to Australia.
And then she
that's
was
good.
like,
I'm going to write that.
And I want blue sneakers. And ice cream or whatever.
He didn't get a toy in the cereal box.
Vaughn wakes up. Damon says, calcified Silas doesn't need the cure. He's a statue.
And he's a statue in the whatever water that was, like the reservoir or whatever.
Damon got shot with werewolf venom. Mm-hmm. They need Klaus's blood or the cure. So is Damon going to take the cure? Or is Klaus going to come up from Nolens? Damon gives Vaughn the cure as kind of a, again, I feel like I'm saying smoke screen often for whatever reason.
I don't think you said that at all.
Rewind it back. Let's go dig up Silas. They buried him, or I don't know. He lied to Vaughn, and I forget what the lie was.
Yeah, they said they showed Vaughn that he pushed him into the
lake or
the
whatever.
lake.
All right, Matt is still standing on the bomb. He's getting tired, so Rebecca is holding him. He's wearing the Gilbert ring, but he'll still explode.
And they're like trying to figure out, I guess this comes a little bit down the line, but all right, I'll wait till you get there.
Rebecca somehow swoop-de-doos and switches them out.
Well, okay, so in this conversation, they're like, well, maybe if you trigger the bomb, that will count as a supernatural death, and then I'll come back. Because the ring only works if you get killed by a supernatural being. If you just die like a regular old guy, the ring isn't going to do anything for you. And then, thankfully, Rebecca doesn't think that's a good idea. And without telling him, she just kisses him. And while they're kissing, she is the one standing on the bomb, and he's not.
She Indiana Joneses him.
She does. She does.
She bag of sands him.
Because if they did Matt's plan, they'd both be blown up.
But then they would be back because the veil is down. Maybe Matt wouldn't.
No, Matt wouldn't.
All right, but anyway, Matt runs away. She explodes into a big bag of sand. Stefan tells Elena that Damon is stalling Vaughn. He was just lying to get him over. Jeremy wants Elena to go to graduation. I said, everything's happening so fast, like they're saying their lines double speed. It's crazy. They had to fit a lot into this 42 minutes, like all of a sudden Matt was on a bomb so randomly.
It is so fast. Everyone is just like, blah, 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 and this person, and they're saying like all these buzzwords and stuff. It's a lot.
Okay, now we're at graduation, I said. Caroline is calling Klaus to save Damon's life. Matt joins Caroline and Bonnie at graduation. Elena arrives. Stefan is there too.
It's nice seeing them all together, right?
We're all here together.
Yay.
Yep.
But Bonnie's dead.
Last hurrah before college, Bonnie is holding her secret. They start calling the names. Bonnie's dad, Rudy.
Hopkins.
Is the speech guy. The mayor.
He's calling the names. He's the mayor, yeah.
Bonnie and him have a moment. They get called to get their diplomas. Cole is there, whispering in Bonnie's ear.
Yeah, he's got everyone spread out in the seats.
He's got dead witches and hybrids there. They were sacrificed in the expression triangle. Lest we forget about the expression triangle.
What's the most wild part about the expression triangle is that Caroline killed all the witches. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
By accident.
That is silly. Cole doesn't want the veil to go back up. He wants it dropped completely. Because right now, it's only in Mystic Falls.
Right.
These
I'm
freaks
proud
are
of you
back.
for understanding it. Good job.
But wait, yeah, Caroline accidentally killed those witches.
Okay, when they talk about the veil, do you have like a image in your mind of what the veil is like?
I mean, a dumb one of a wedding veil and then people just walking through it.
Okay, mine's also dumb. I think of like a curtain, like a curtain, like at like in the theater on a stage. I think of it being like the curtains being dropped, but it's still just so dumb to think that.
Yeah, why did they say veil? Why didn't they say? I don't know. Maybe veil is the best way.
Veil. I mean, veil and curtain are similar, but
The curtain of death. What about
could be door.
Yeah, but a door. I mean, veil is good and curtain is good because it could be big. Drapes. Carpet.
Okay, now you're just saying random fabric things.
Duvet. Doomvet.
Duvet. That's funny. What's the other word for curtains? That's a funny one.
Drapes.
Oh yeah, you already said drapes.
Ash, Bonnie thought Cole was against hell on earth. She shows him that she is dead. I'm a ghost. I don't want to be on the other side with unfinished business. She wants to stay. They're like in some room or in some cave or whatever, and she spells him to stay in there. She knows they don't always get what they want, so she's going to sacrifice herself in some way. Vaughn realizes that the bullets are laced with werewolf venom, so he shoots Damon a bunch more times.
Yeah.
But then Alaric runs over and tosses Vaughn in the lake, but Alaric got the cure, though, also, so that was awesome.
Yeah.
Alaric talks to Stefan on the phone. Give Damon the cure, because he's dying. He's not looking good. Damon.
I know. He's like gonna die real fast.
And then someone, I think Damon's like, no, wait for Klaus. The witches walk up, and there's screeching.
It looks like they're all about to like West Side Story fight it out.
Yes. And then Klaus slices a witch's head off with a graduation cap.
I know, isn't that so funny?
And Caroline is excited for that. That was so funny.
That was so
and
funny.
he's like, I've got more caps.
I like when Klaus is like Klaus to the rescue, you know?
Yeah.
When he can be on Team Mystic Falls, it's fun times.
Yeah. He's funny.
I don't like when he was making Stefan like kill all those people and stuff.
No. Good drama, though. All right. Damon is shirtless. Elena asks if he's feeling better. Yes, and then she slaps him.
Blood. Pouring some blood.
Pouring some blood. Jeremy went to see Bonnie before they get put back under the veil or whatever. Jeremy went to see Bonnie. Okay. Lexi and Alaric talk about the other side. They want peace, not the other side again.
Yeah.
It's not chill over there.
No.
They need to serve their time for what they've done. So they're like kind of trying to make us feel okay about all these people going back on the other side of the veil.
Yeah, but I think they're also like trying to talk to someone else to kind of understand what it's like, because they're like, well, there must be something else that's not just the veil side.
The other side.
Yeah. There's got to be another other. And they're like, well, we probably just have to like pay our dues because we like killed a bunch of people and we were like, you know, wilding out.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can chill.
You know what though? Alaric wants to keep watching the Knuckleheads.
I know, because he loves Damon so much.
Mm-hmm. Elena thanks Stefan for sticking by when she had her humanity off. He never gave up on her. Mm-hmm. He owed her one because she did the same.
Yeah, exactly the same.
She gives him the cure. He's worse at being a vampire than her, she says. Mm-hmm. Human blood is his downfall.
Mm-hmm. His kryptonite.
Which, man, she's like, you're worse. I'm new here, but you're bad at this.
But she's not wrong. Like, when she had her humanity off, she didn't really kill that many people.
She killed that waitress.
I mean, yeah. And she sucked a bunch of people's necks. Yeah. But Stefan was the Ripper.
He was the
for,
Ripper.
Like, a long... I mean, I think it was, like, decades.
The Ripper cast.
It was not good.
Caroline and Klaus at an empty graduation. Okay. Klaus... Okay, how did Klaus get there so fast? Caroline sent him a graduation announcement? Is that real?
Yeah, that's what happened.
And,
so he was already on his way when she was calling him to save Damon.
That's funny. Mm-hmm. What were you expecting? Cash, he says. So silly. Cash. What about a ticket to join me in Nolans? Will Caroline show up in the spinoff? We don't know.
Don't say we.
Tyler is free to return to Mystic Falls. That's her grad gift.
Isn't that so nice?
And I said, LOL, she wanted a mini fridge. Lots of good stuff in this scene.
But then he says something else. Did you write what he said?
Yeah. Ty is her first love. Klaus wants to be her last.
Ooh. Woo.
That was good.
That was so good. What a line. I mean, there are so many gross pickup lines in the world. And I don't think that should be a pickup line, because if you said that to a stranger, it'd be weird.
No.
But if you said that to someone who you were like trying to get with, but they were with someone else,
But they have Chem and they have herstory.
Yeah, I know. You have to have both of those things for it to hit like that. But dang, that was.
He killed it. He killed the game.
We both also said woo without even knowing the other one was gonna do that.
He says congratulations also, I think.
Really?
No, I don't. Yeah, super smooth. He kisses her. That was great. And then they're like, let's get out of here before 12 angry hybrids come. Which, 12 angry hybrids, show me that courtroom drama. Mm-hmm. Am I right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Klaus was great. There was a couple times when if I wasn't typing the whole time, I would have had some emotional feelings. Mm-hmm. Like there's some Jeremy stuff later, Alaric. Yeah. Ooh!
There, it does get you like a little, like stingy in the eyes.
A little misty.
Yeah.
Like a little veil of salt water. It's covering my eyeballs. Mm-hmm. Damon and Elena, he wanted to apologize, but he's not sorry. He would rather die than be human. Okay, he does another one of his I'm a big, bad, sad guy speeches.
Yes.
I'm selfish. I make bad choices. I'd rather die than grow old, and Elena doesn't. All right. And then they kind of are both doing a 10 things I hate about you speech back and forth at each other. Mm-hmm. You're a terrible person. Bad choices. I'm not sorry. I'm in love with you. I love you, Damon. And then they smooch.
I like that you just say smooch every time.
Mm-hmm. It's part of the pod. Yeah, they do the, and the biggest reason why I hate you is because I don't, not even a little bit at all.
Exactly. The hardest part about this is, I love you too much, you know? That whole conundrum.
Yep. Stamen.
That's a new one.
Stefan.
There's a flower part.
Stefan is big sad he heard the whole thing.
It's so sad.
But then he's moving Silas, big statue in a sheet.
Yeah.
Damon comes out.
Because they were like, we actually were lying to, what's his name? We didn't have time to get rid of him.
They were lying to Vaughn.
Yeah, to Vaughn
from Nova Scotia.
We actually didn't have time to get rid of Silas. Which I thought is funny, because I'm like, well, that makes sense. There's so much going on, actually.
Damon comes out. He's burying Silas in the quarry. Lexi is going to help. Not Damon. It's awkward. Stefan tells Damon he's not happy about Elena. He's happy. But he's not happy.
For Damon. I know. Which is also so sad, because it's like Stefan obviously loves Elena, but he obviously loves his brother, Damon, even though those are both tumultuous relationships, but it's just so sad for Stefan.
Stefan, what's a lot worse. A lot worse.
It is.
Ash, Jeremy and Bonnie need to close the veil. He's ready, wanted to be with her when it happened. Jeremy can't say goodbye to Elena, left her a letter.
Yeah, which, that's tough, too.
Bonnie begins. Alaric looking longingly at the moon. Elena looking for Bonnie and Jeremy. Damon got the girl. Now don't screw it up, Alaric says. Then Alaric...
You're talking quiet and far away.
I either said this here or later. Oh, yeah, this is the Infinity War of this show. The end of the Infinity War.
Where they
the
poof
Marvels.
away.
Uh-huh.
Oh, true. But this was way before that.
Well, hey, Infinity War needs to pay their respect.
They definitely should.
Stefan is driving with Lexi. He's leaving for Vegas or New York or something. Time to live his life. What if Elena was the one? Lexi's like, she was, but there are multiple ones.
Especially for someone who lives forever.
Didn't you see that Jet Li movie? All right, find another, the one. There were multiple the ones. All right. Find another by letting go and moving on. Never been to Portland, Stefan says, which is far away from Mystic Falls, Virginia. Then Lexi is gone too. That's when I said this is the Infinity War.
Well,
Right.
when she poofs away, that's also when I get a little emotional. I don't know why, for some reason, the Stefan-Lexi relationship always makes me cry.
Oh,
It does, like, I don't know, just like it's such a pure
platonic friendship.
platonic, like, and it's not complicated. They just love each other like so much, and I feel like it's the only relationship that Stefan has that is not complicated, and she's always there for him all the time, and she doesn't ever ask anything in return. And I don't know, it's just like, oh, he was just heard all this stuff with Damon and Elena, and now Lexi's gone. Like, it was heartbreaking.
Maybe she did enough to not be on the veil side.
By like giving him advice and stuff.
Maybe so. Elena's looking for Bonnie and Jeremy. Cole is there instead, but he goes away right at the right time.
Yeah, they're like, oh no, it's gonna be bad. Poof.
But then Catherine is there. Jeremy and Bonnie smooch, then flames go out, and they're both there, Ash.
Yeah.
It worked. She closed the veil, and he's still there. He's alive. Psych. She's dead. He's alive.
But he can see her because he can see ghosts.
She sacrificed for him and sent his ass back, I said. That was a surprise to me. He can see ghosts. They can talk whenever.
That can't be a surprise, though, because that's how she died.
Oh.
She was doing a spell in the previous episode to make Jeremy stay human when the veil closed, but the spell was too strong, so she died.
She died.
But it was a surprise to Jeremy because he didn't know she did that spell at all. So
me and Jeremy were surprised together.
when the veil closed or whatever, then they shouldn't have been still looking at each other.
Right.
Jeremy should have been gone and Bonnie should have been alive, but it was the reverse, that Jeremy was alive, but the reason he could see Bonnie is because he can see ghosts.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, that was smart.
He'll be like, I totally have a girlfriend. It's like the girlfriend in Canada scenario.
Yeah.
She's like, I can see her whenever, you know.
Yeah, just no one else can see her.
Yeah.
She's a ghost.
But she lives in Canada. Tell Elena and Caroline I'm spending the summer with my mom. Bonnie tells Jeremy she has 100 dead witches to hang out with, I said.
And Grams and
Grams.
Kets, yeah. But it's not unusual for Bonnie to just peace out after graduation or end of the school year. Because that usually happens. She just is gone for like a chunk of time.
Yep. She does a summer share up in the Jersey Shore. Right?
Not what I was thinking, but okay.
Bonnie's with the Jersey Shore people. I've never seen that show, so I don't have any specifics, but she's hanging with Snooki.
You know Jim Tan Laundry.
Doing gymming and tanning and laundry together.
Gymming?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're jumping on some landmines or grenades or whatever.
I don't
You
know.
seen that show?
I like a little bit when it first came out. I know Jim Tan Laundry and like the fist bump thing.
Nice.
Right? Is that what it's called? Like when they're dancing, they're like,
Oh.
that was from that.
Fist pump?
Maybe fist pump, yeah.
Rebecca goes to see Matt, see if he's okay. All right, he's not even inviting her into former Ty's house, now his house.
He's got boundaries. Good for him.
Wow.
He said, nope.
He promised Tyler it'd be a low vampire zone, but also, Ash, he needs to keep his love life a low vampire zone. Mm-hmm. That's shady. But they're still going to hit the road together, but don't turn me into a vampire, he says.
Also, like, what stays on the road, what happens on the road stays on the road. So he's like, we can, like, hook up this summer, but don't make me a vampire. I'm not going to be with you forever, and don't come into my house. And she's like, okay.
He's giving off total, like, I'm straight vibes. Like, you did this to me, you know? You give off those sort of, like, you know, we can go to, like, Rome or whatever.
Yeah, but
when I come back, I'm
yeah, it's
gonna get married to a woman.
yeah, that's a good comparison.
I don't know. He's just Rebecca.
He's definitely mixing his feelings all around.
And Rebecca should be like, well, whatever. She can get in where she fits in, and then she can maybe woo him and be like, you know, you have to give me all this. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It seems unfair. But I get it. She is like a 1,000-year-old vampire.
She's infinity old and has no friends and no relationships with anyone. So she's just like, he wants to hang out with me, I'll do it.
Yeah. Catherine is fighting Elena at the high school. Mm-hmm. Catherine wants immortality. She never had a life, but Elena has everything, which, really?
Yeah, she's jealous of Elena and wants to kill Elena.
And says Elena stole her life, but it's not her life. It's just a life.
Well, she did do a lot of things that Catherine did. Mm-hmm. She dated both bros, you know. But also because Elena is, or was, mortal, mm-hmm. She didn't have to run from Klaus. She got to, like, go to school and all this stuff like that. But Elena's life hasn't been that tight, like Catherine is saying.
And counterpoint, Catherine killed Jeremy. Catherine is about to do some staking. Right? Mm-hmm. Flashback to her giving Stefan the cure. Stefan got the cure for her. The choice will always be hers. Oh, Elena? She gives Catherine the cure. Mm-hmm. Have a nice human life, Catherine. And it's like jams it in her face.
Jams it in her mouth, yep.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. So Catherine is now a human? Mm-hmm. Elena's a vampire. Catherine's a human. And then in the next scene, we see some other crazy thing. Mm-hmm. Stefan is about to dump Silas in the water.
And did you even say Jeremy's alive and Bonnie is dead?
Mm-hmm. Stefan is about to dump Silas, but then Silas shows up as Elena. Mm-hmm. Every spell has a loophole. The witch died and the spell broke. That's how Stefan finds out that Bonnie is dead.
Yes.
I created the immortality spell 2,000 years ago, he says. He can never die, so nature made a balance. A version that could die, a shadow self, a doppelganger. And I was like, there's about to be a third Elena here?
Like, that makes sense because he looks like Elena that time. Silas does.
And then, no, it's shadow doppelganger Stefan. He stabbed Stefan. He starved for 2,000 years, Silas did. He puts Stefan in a safe and pushes him into the lake. And Stefan's in that lake mad.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And nobody knows about this switcheroo. Nobody knows that Stefan is Silas's doppelganger. Nobody has seen Silas's true face. So people are going to think that is Stefan.
I know. I bet Silas gives it away so quick, though. Like, why aren't you,
He ends up being like brother. He'll be like, hey, Damon.
Yeah, will he overcompensate or undercompensate? Will he be like, hey, everybody, I'm just happy to be here, blah, blah. I'm definitely not.
Definitely not Silas.
I don't know, Ash.
Isn't that wild? I know you talked so much about seeing Silas's face, and the whole time I knew that he looked like Stefan, and I was just like, I don't know how you're going to feel about this.
But hold on. He literally looks like Stefan, or that's just another form?
He literally looks like Stefan.
2,000 years ago, he looked like Stefan, same haircut and everything?
Stefan is the doppelganger of Silas. That was the balance that was created. You know how whenever Bonnie's doing spells, they're always like, well, if you're going to do this, then there's got to be a balance because nature has to balance everything out. Like, that's why Bonnie died to raise Jeremy. Like, there's always a this for that.
Yeah.
So Silas was going to be immortal. So they were like, okay, well, then we have to create someone that's like you that is mortal, which was Stefan, but Stefan became immortal because he was a vampire, even though vampires can die. So I guess not immortal, but like temporarily.
But so when Silas was made immortal, that's when Stefan was born? Because that doesn't really line up time-wise. Because he's been desiccated for 2,000 years, and Stefan's 1,000 years.
You're right.
Old.
It's not. You're right. It doesn't. It's not like it happened immediately.
Or 300 years, or whatever.
Yeah, not for Stefan. Not for Stefan.
So that doesn't make sense to me.
That's okay. You can just keep watching the show.
Okay. Because he created the immortality spell 2,000 years ago. But also, Silas could be like, this is my true form. But he could just as easily be not his true form always. He could just be like, hey, I'm Jeff. I'm a new kid in town. I go to high school, or I go to community college, Mystic Falls Community College.
And people think that Stefan is where? Big pug snores.
Snoring on the floor.
That was the last scene, yeah? Mm-hmm. What'd you think?
Two Fangs. So good.
It was really good.
I think I sprinkled some Pete-dictions throughout, but also
You did.
This was made for non-Pete-dictions because it throws a bunch of stuff up in the air at the last second.
No, it's made for Pete-dictions.
No way. For me, I would not think. I was not thinking about Stefan being a doppelganger.
No, but now
ever.
you can make predictions for the next season. So what's going to happen with... we already talked about Silas just now, but what about Catherine?
I mean, Catherine is going to be super mad. I feel like her jealous booty would be like, all right, someone turned me into a vampire, and then she's just immediately a vampire, and then there's no cure anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
just wasted immediately.
Yeah, or she lives one episode, she's like, being a human sucks. Literally, or whatever. And then she's like, someone make me a vampire. And I think she's going to be a vampire again. Everyone's going to be so mad.
What about Jeremy being also a live human?
He'll be like, I can do my senior year now. Right? Isn't he younger? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, how do you think everyone's going to respond? The whole town thinks he died.
I don't know. He'll probably be pumped. He'll be like, no, I was doing a wilderness class. Where was he? In Colorado or whatever?
That'd be like Denver, maybe.
Like, I was just in Denver extra time.
I went back. I just lied.
Yeah. I don't know. Who knows?
What
It's not like they have parents or anything that will know. Forbes is still alive, right?
Okay, but also Tyler. They said Tyler could come back. You think he's going to come back?
Yeah. He's going to come back. He's going to be mad. Caroline's going to be like, oh, yeah, well, let's do some dating. I love you. And then she'll be like, but Klaus.
She's going to be like, boring. Mm-hmm. And then, let's see, they just graduated. Mm-hmm. So then that's a big difference.
Community college. Mystic Falls Community College.
Okay, what do you think the mascot is?
I think that probably it has now been changed because it was problematic. Just kidding. Like the Mystic Falls Sierra Mist, sponsored by Sierra Mist can.
That's lame.
What?
It definitely isn't going to be that. I want you to make a real guess.
Well, that's presupposing that they actually go to community college.
I know, but I'm saying it would never be.
What was their high school? The Wolverines or something?
I think it was the Timberwolves.
Timberwolves? Okay, I was close. All right, Mystic Falls Timberwolves, Mystic Falls Community College. Raiders.
Some Tomb Raiders.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Bonnie.
She's dead.
And I guess, what do you think? They're going to find out or not?
Oh, you know what? There's probably going to be a scene where they're making out and she's a ghost. And then, like, someone comes in and Jeremy's like,
It looks like he's doing something alone.
yeah. I was asleep.
That's funny.
Probably be some of that going on.
And then Delana, you think they're going to be doing well or not?
They'll probably start off all right. Where does Jeremy even gonna live? I have no Pete-diction of that.
That house is burnt up.
I have no Pete-diction of where Jeremy will even live. Mm-hmm. Maybe the dorm. Doesn't the community college have a dorm?
But he's younger.
I know. Me and Elena got a college apartment.
That'd be really cool if you were the high school sibling to your college sibling and you got to live with them at college because it was like close enough. Mm-hmm. I wonder if that's ever happened.
I'm sure everything under the sun has happened.
All right, Petey.
Whoa. Ending with a bang. Ash, we'll be back in the spookiest season.
I almost thought you were going to say spring. I was like, no.
Yeah, we're taking about 6 months. No, we're going to be back in the spookiest season. Oh, let's put a little pin. No, not a pin. Let's wrap up the Freddy conversation real quick.
Oh, okay.
I watched all the Freddys, Ash.
Mm-hmm. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
Yep, 3, 4, better lock your door. Ash, 5, 6.
Better pick up sticks.
Nope, get your crucifix.
7, 8. Later straight. 9, 10 begin again.
I always thought it was 7, 8. Don't stay up late, but it's 7, 8. You're gonna stay up late or something like that.
Yeah,
they're like,
stay up late.
Yeah, stay. You need to stay up late.
Yeah, don't sleep.
9, 10, never sleep again.
Never sleep again.
I really like the Freddys. Some of them were way better than others. Like, there was a remake in 2009 or 10 that was bad. Freddy vs. Jason is really fun. I need to watch all the Jasons now. Watching Freddy vs. Jason, I had seen it a long time ago. Watching it now, having seen all the Freddys, I was like, this makes a lot more sense. Mm-hmm. Freddy is not very scary. I mean, obviously, if that stuff was happening, That'd be super scary.
Yeah.
But he's just kind of funny. Also, he always just goes hand-to-hand combat with these kids. Mm-hmm. And they get some good shots in. It's so funny that these high school teens get good shots in on Freddy. It's like, oh, man. He could be way more lethal. You would think he would just be straight murdering these people so quickly. But maybe that's part of his game. And I think that they should have established that he's like, I need to, warm up a little bit before I make my slices or whatever,
Yeah.
Because he always plays with him. He should have said, I like to play with him a little bit,
Yeah.
Because he always is getting, like, kicks to the face and stuff. And be like, oh, and falling through his boiler room and stuff. Anyway, silly guy. He gets even sillier as he goes on. And then Freddy vs. Jason, he's the silliest.
I would never consider him silly. In fact, just like having conversations with you about the movie when I was taking our dog out like in the dark the other day, like over by the woods over there, I was like, I'm scared of Freddy.
It's because you watched him as a kid and I watched him as an adult. And he's silly because he's like, I know this kid likes rock and roll music. So he's like, puts them in an elaborate dream where they're like in a rock and roll scenario and he's like, it's time to rock and roll. And then he like kills them.
Did you watch anything as a kid that was scary to you? Because I watched like too much. I just had cable, so like
I wasn't allowed to watch horror movies whatsoever.
I don't think I was allowed, quote unquote, but it would just be like stuff would just be like movies would be just on TV.
We didn't have that.
I know, but so what's your first scary thing was like The Ring when we were in like was that middle school?
The Ring was super scary, but I had already seen stuff before that. When I was I watched the Jawses pretty early on, but those aren't scary. But I remember one of the earliest horror movies I watched was Halloween, and it was really scary. Mm-hmm. But even then, I'm watching it in the late 90s, and it was made in the early 80s or late 70s. There's kind of a learning curve there where it's like, this is a guy walking around, and,
Yeah, he's still scary, though.
I know, but it's not like I was in the late 90s watching some 90s thing where they're hacking up somebody.
Yeah, but even if this guy is not murdering anyone, if there was a guy that was really tall and like wearing that suit and a weird mask face just standing on the sidewalk, horrifying.
That'd be super scary.
Horrifying. Even if it was just some regular guy, but that he was just standing. You can't just stand around.
If there was any person in my yard, I'd be scared. I'd be like, why are they there?
Get out of here.
But that wasn't the question.
I know. But you're saying it wasn't that scary because it was like dated, but I think it's still scary.
You know what was scary to me was like not Outer Limits. There was something fact or fiction, and there was like it was because all I had was network TV, so it was like it wasn't Outer Limits was kind of scary too, but it was like something fact or fiction, and they would do it was like an anthology, and you would watch a little story, and they'd be like, that was actually true. It was based on blah blah blah. At the end, or they'd be like, you know what? That was pure fiction.
But the whole time you're watching it, you think it's true.
Yeah.
What about the Stephen King one with the gremlin on the plane? What's that one?
That is a Twilight Zone. It's not Stephen King.
Oh, that's a Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
That Twilight Zone was on my TV also, and it was horrifying. Mm-hmm. I don't know. They used to play some scary stuff. I saw so many scary things. I like the first like scary thing I think I chose to watch intentionally was like the Screams and like
okay.
Scream and then what was Final Destination, and like that was like when I chose to watch things that were scary, but everything else like I just saw by accident, and either my brothers were watching it or it was just like on the television, and I remember seeing like clips, like pieces of It, like the original It, and being like, I was already afraid of clowns, and that just was it for me. I mean, I'm not scared of clowns anymore, but I wouldn't want. I don't want anyone in a thing coming up and touching me and doing weird stuff.
No.
But I was like, this, no way I can ever. Like, even when the new one came out, I was like, nope, not watching it.
Yeah. That made me remember. What did you say?
Screaming.
Oh, Scream.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was at a sleepover when Scream first came out on VHS, and like my friend's older sister was watching it, and that was super scary. We didn't sit there and watch it, but I saw probably some of.
Just while you were walking around.
Just walking around the house,
Yeah.
getting stuff from the kitchen. They were watching it in the living room and seeing probably some of the Drew Barrymore scene and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that's scary. But now, looking back, the Scream, the Ghostface is kind of a fool in some ways.
He's falling down all over the place.
But not when I'm first seeing the mask when it first comes out. It looks like a scary mask.
I still think the mask is scary.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's actually a little bit funny now, too. It depends.
I like when it takes a big bong rip and it turns into a smile.
A smile with a squinty eye. That's funny. That particular mask has got to be worth a lot of money, right? Because there's
From
probably
Scary
like
Movie 2 or 3 or whatever.
there's got to be like hundreds of the real one. Or no, way more than hundreds of the ghost face. But the high ghost face has got to be just.
Can I just be high ghost face for Halloween?
Oh my god.
Can we all be scared?
Well, if you're rich enough to afford that one specific mask that's out in the world. All right, that was a tangent. That was a good one.
Yep.
We'll get back into spooky season and talk about more spookies.
Definitely. All right. Hey, everyone. Thanks for listening. But when we come back, I'll probably have book news, anthology news, which I teased last episode. But yeah, just at High Dive Publishing on Instagram, at EC Little Free Library on Instagram. That's just our little library.
It's so cute.
That we have a lot of fun with. And just stay subscribed here, and we'll be back.
Yeah, and message us and do all those kinds of things.
Oh, yeah, top 5, baby.
Top 5.